Good morning students, how are you? I am Francis sir and today we will be studying standard 7 physics. You know, it is a very special day today, you know why? Because we are going to start a new chapter and a very interesting chapter, and the chapter, as you know, is electric current and its effect. So today we will be, I will be taking an introductory class, just making a layout, okay, about what we are going to study in this chapter. So you might have studied a bit of electricity in standard 6, but today I will give you a broad view about these three terms, this term, you know, this term, electric current. What is electric current? What is electric current? In simple words, if this is the question, you know, the answer is very simple, and the answer is, it can be defined as flow of charge from one terminal to the other. Okay, so you can just write it as what is electric current? Electric current can be defined as the flow of charge from one terminal to the other terminal. So let us leave that point, but first we need to focus on this flow of charge. Flow means, you know, anything that flows, moves from one place to another, you know, especially the one which is moves just like, you know, water or air, you know, they flow. So flow is movement. Movement of what? Charge. Now, what is this charge? It is a very important question now. What is charge? What is charge? Very important question. You know, to understand electric current, you know, to understand, you know, what are the basic things of this. Okay, so what is a charge? Charge is a basic character. You know, it is a basic character. Basic character. Which is present in any substance, And when we talk of a basic character, what type of basic character is this? Of the many characters, you know, and in substance, it can have many characters. Of the many characters, you know, this charge is also one of the characteristics that is present in a substance. So if you want to understand it in a very detail, then we need to go to the smallest particle. You know, if this is a chalk, you know, it is a substance, but when I touch it, I don't feel any charge. Charge, you know that what is charge by physically you might have seen things, you know, whenever current is there, you know, you can see bulb is going, fan is working, TV is working, mobile is working, you know, you can see the presence of charge, but where does it come from, or how does it act, or how does it produce? So what are this? There are so many questions there. So if I say that charge is present in any substance, means any substance, you may chalk, book, table, duster, anything, you know, everything, you know, all around us there is charge is there. But why can't we feel it? If the charge is there, when a current is there, we can feel the current, okay? But when we are talking about this table, this chalk, their book, our body, you know, why don't we feel any charge? If charge is there, so the answer is, we don't feel any charge because the charge is balanced. Charge is balanced. You know, charge is balanced. So when charge is balanced, we can't feel its presence. When the charge is balanced, we can't feel its presence. Okay. So let's go to the substance or the material or the thing, which makes the whole of thing. That means the smallest particle of a substance, that is called an atom. So I will be drawing an atomic structure. And let us take that this is an atom. Okay. Let us take this as an atom of sodium. Okay. Atom of sodium. So it will have 2 electrons and the first orbit, 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 electrons in the second and 1 electrons in the outermost orbit. So when we are talking of these, we know that these particles, which are orbiting all around the nucleus, it is called, these are your electrons. What are these? Electrons. Okay. And at the center we have nucleus. What do we have? Nucleus. And which is composed of protons plus neutrons. Okay. So when we talk that this atom as a whole is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons. Understood? Okay. So this electrons are, they are the ones having a certain type of character called the negative charge. They have the negative charge. These electrons have this character. When I was talking, charge is the basic character which is present in any substance. Yes, every substance is made up of atom, and atom has what? Electrons, and electrons have negative charge. Okay, you understand that it is present. As we can say that every body has a soul. If a body is there, if the body is living, soul is there. So soul is there, and what is soul? Define soul, it does not make any sense at this stage of your learning. Okay, so similarly, just that this negative charge is there, where in electrons. Okay, now when we come to the nucleus, we again have this proton. These protons are positively charged. Positive charge is present, and these neutrons don't have any charge. They are neutral. They don't have any charge. So when I was talking that this is a basic character which is present in any substance, then why do we see? I have this chalk in my hand. Why am I not getting a shock? I am not getting a shock because the charge in it is balanced. As I told you a few minutes before, the charge is balanced. So when the charge is balanced, we don't feel the charge. It becomes zero. For example, I will say, so here we have electrons. How many electrons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 electrons are there. So how many negative charge? Now number of negative charge here is 11 negative charge. 11 negative charge. So net charge negative is minus 11. Here also the number of protons is also 11. So here also the number of charge will be plus 11. So if you take the charge of the whole of atom, total charge will be equal to how much? Minus 11 plus 11, so which is equal to 0. So we have, in an atom we have 0 charge. In an atom we have 0 charge. Why? Charges are present, but what happens? They balance themselves. What happens? They balance themselves. So this is what is, I was talking about that. What is charge? Charge is the basic character which is present in any substance. You understood that charge is a basic character which is present in any substance, because all substances are made up of atom. So here we took the example of sodium, but there are so many elements which are present there which makes up so many materials. So in all the materials, on all the atoms, the same thing happens. When you are talking, then you might have a question that, so then how do we feel current if everything is balanced? Yes, this happens it does not happen by its own. It does not happen naturally. Electricity is not produced by its own. We do some work for it. We do some work. We run generators. Yes, we use batteries. Something we do in order to make the current flow, or make the charge flow. Some amount of work is done. Okay. So this is what we are talking about. Where does this electric current come from? What is electric current? Is the flow of charge. So flow of charge. Okay. So what is charge? Charge is the basic character. So charge is the basic character, and this basic character is present in the electrons and the protons. Now let me talk to you a bit more. Let's go back from here to here. Charge is the basic character. This basic character is present in electrons and the protons. Okay. So if the flow of charge is correct, so the charge has to flow. If the charge has to flow, then how will the charge flow if the charge is present in electrons? Electrons cannot be there without this electrons, without this negative charge, and similarly the protons also cannot remain there without their positive charge. If electron is there, that means negative charge is there. If a negative charge is there, that means electron is there. So, for example, if I want your hand, if you are very intelligent, I want your head to use, I want your brain to be used by me, then what will I do? I will take out your brain, or I will call you. Obviously, I will be calling you because your brain is very useful, because your brain is in you. The brain is in you, and if I need your brain, yes, then what will happen? I will have to call you, because the brain is inside you. Understand? I cannot use your brain without you. In the same way, if I want to use the charge is present in the electron. If I want to use the charge, I will have to use the electron. If I want to move the charge, I will have to move the electron or proton. Electron or proton. But which one moves? Electron moves or the proton moves? So the thing is, the protons are quite heavy in comparison to the electrons. So electrons are the ones who move so easily. Electrons are the ones who move easily. So when I say flow of charge from one terminal to another, we can also say that it is a flow of electrons. This can be said to have, flow of electrons from one terminal to the other, or from one point to the other. This is called our electric current. So this was a little bit of basic introduction regarding what is electric current. Okay, and yes, a little bit more please. So flow. Now see, we focused on charge, and now we will focus on flow. So flow, you know that flow, if I talk about flow you might have seen water flowing, yes? So flow happens from a higher level to the lower level, yes? A flow happens from a higher level to a lower level. So in this also, in electricity also, we have these two conditions, a higher level condition and a lower level condition. So higher level condition is called higher potential, and the lower level condition is called lower potential. So this charge flows from, if let this be the 2 points, if let this be the 2 points, this is point A and this is point B. If the current has to flow from A to B in this direction, then A point has to be at higher potential, and B place need to be at lower potential. And how does this happen? We create this higher potential and lower potential by a means of certain type of processes. example generator, or as we know in batteries, we do so creating higher potential and lower potential. Okay, so this being is a bit of higher level for you maybe, but you understand flow is from a higher level to a lower level. Okay, so the positive, you have two terminals, the positive terminal and the negative terminal. So the positive terminal is the higher potential and the negative terminal is the lower potential. So the current moves from higher potential area to the lower potential area. Okay, I think it is enough for today. I wanted to go through the book quite thoroughly, and because I will be teaching you a little bit extra also. So please be serious with your studies and please study. Okay, enough for today, and see you in the next video.